Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Zachary Dickinson here for a wonderful Friday late night video as we continue Marvel, Netflix shows, TV, anime deep dives. Last week we started with Luke Cage, and so now we will continue with Iron Fist. The first thing I'll say about Iron Fist is the fact that we basically had the Defenders as basically the ultimate climax of the Iron Fist season one, and then they started off decent with season two, but season two wasn't nearly as good. I think first off, Iron Fist is a Marvel Netflix Defenders show that had two seasons. I would also say that Defenders is probably, along with Daredevil, the closest we would have to say that Defenders is basically season three of Iron Fist and also a fourth season of Daredevil because both of them had the heaviest involvement from their previous seasons into Defenders. And so Iron Fist's whole crux of the first season relied heavily on what ended up happening in the Defenders. And so, why is that a bad thing? Well, the bad thing is season two had to start over from scratch. And so, we had a wonderful and good storyline. The villain execution in season two wasn't good enough as well as it was in season one. And season one was basically just the building blocks for the ultimate climactic battle or whatever ends up happening in Defenders. That didn't pay off as good as it could have, but it still paid off well enough. I would say season one is better than season two. That's a fact. I would also say that it had the best one of, well, only behind Daredevil, it had the best ending to set up for future seasons. You had Colleen Wing as the new pure Iron Fist. You had Danny Rand with the Iron Fist bullets with one of his long time or childhood friends. And I feel like it could have gone on for a season three. Or if they felt like it, they could have made season two into two halves, being the first half with the Kunlun villain storyline, and the second half being what happened and an extension of what happened after the end of season two. I would love the most out of anything if Iron Fist got some type of TV special, even if it's only 50 minutes, of what has happened in between 2018 and now, and then he just appears in Daredevil Born Again. I feel like if executed properly with proper writing and more costumes and stuff, an Iron Fist show could perform relatively close to very good to among the best. Because the writing was the only thing that stopped this show from ever being good. Well, really great. Season one was great. We also had our wonderful friend, nurse. I forgot her name already. Um, Claire. Why do I keep on? So Claire is a major character throughout the Defenders because she appears in starting with Daredevil, then in Iron Fist, and then in Luke Cage, and also the Defender. She only really doesn't appear in Punisher because that's very set apart from the rest. And I don't think she appears in Jessica Jones. She does appear in Defenders though. I would say the hand is the perfect foil to Iron Fist, and that it was probably a mistake. No. It was a mistake to definitively write off the hand for good at the end. It's almost midnight. It was definitely a mistake to write off the hand definitively at the end of the defenders because you could have rerouted over to it in future parts of Iron Fist. It's unfortunate that the defenders got cut, but the writing after season one for almost every show just plummeted, and this was an example. Also, I would say if I let me see, no, it's not that. Um, but season one was great. Um, I season one of Iron Fist is probably still one of my favorite seasons of all of Marvel Netflix's Defenders saga because of how intriguing and how well paced it is all throughout. Because it goes, Danny comes in, basically is homeless, has a few conversations with his childhood friends, meets Colleen Wing, gets put in the mental institution, gets booted out, connects with his childhood friends, meets Claire, and then also meets this guy, and slowly and surely starts to see what the hand is up to, and then also slowly convinces Colleen Wing that the hand aren't really good people at all. And so season one was top tier greatness, one of the best seasons of the Defenders saga. Season two, no. I don't remember much of season two. I remember much of season one, but I haven't rewatched the show. And so I don't really remember much of season two. I remember the ending of season two, which is very important because it's been 8 years since it happened, and I can still remember about the last 5-ish minutes of the entire show season two. Um, I remember also in like season one where Colleen is struggling with money and she goes to a fight ring, another memorable thing from season one. And so season two just didn't really hit the same. I just feel like as season two went on and on, it just for some weird reason, the writing just was like starting good and then just went down as the season as a whole went on. Iron Fist, I would love a TV special set between 2018 and now of Colleen Wing, Danny Rand, and Danny's old childhood friend and their adventure to now because I know in season 3 of Born Again we're likely to see Iron Fist Danny Rand because we've now officially gotten Luke Cage and Jessica Jones with a child with their own kid together. And so I think the next best thing and the next easily predictable thing is Danny Rand appears. And so I would love a TV special on that. I don't think we need too much more. That's probably the only small detail we truly need. Just like how we got the Punisher in season one of Born Again, he's now appearing in a Spider Man movie, and he got a TV special. We don't need too much. Daredevil is probably the only Defenders show that's going to continue to get more seasons because it's easy to get more seasons out of Daredevil. And we can just mix in some of the Defenders without taking too much focus off of Daredevil as a whole. Alright, and so it is now almost 9 minutes in. And so that is the Iron Fist video. Next week will be the Jessica Jones video, and that'll be the first week of July. And so tomorrow I plan on releasing the Lord of the Rings video. I didn't release it last week. Last week Saturday was a bit hectic, going to a friend's wedding and stuff, and I just didn't find the proper time. I formatted the video the way I want it, and I have all my thoughts much together now. And so I'll see you all technically today, tomorrow, whatever you want to say, when I talk about my opinions on the Lord of the Rings after reading the trilogy for the first time. Anyways, it's a late night. I need to go to bed soon. So have a great and wonderful night and weekend. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye. God bless you all. Like, subscribe, noti bell, comment some below about Iron Fist or the Defenders. Goodbye.